Hi everyone, I'm going to show you guys the mechanics of how War of Supremacy works, so that it's a little less stressful and mystifying when you're going in for your first or even second or third War of Supremacies. So let's come in and look at the battlefield. First you click on, of course, the flaming statues in your Union page, and then go to Battle, just like you would in normal war. But the battlefield looks a little bit different in War of Supremacy than in normal war. So the important pieces are the troops, which we'll get to in a moment, and then these gates. So on day one, everybody is racing toward one of these four gates: North Gate, East Gate, South Gate, and West Gate. Up to 6 troops can be on each one of those gates. And then in day 2, the Unions who captured one of those gates are then going to race to this palace in the middle. So we're on the end of day 1 now. So I wanted to show you guys stuff at the beginning of the day. I actually recorded a video right at the beginning of war, but I think I was like too high on adrenaline because a lot of it didn't make sense. So before I get into the mechanics of how you hit people in War of Supremacy, I'm going to show you a couple of side things. First is the encourage, which is on the bottom right hand side. Everybody can use this. Both people who are competing in War of Supremacy and those who are just spectating. You can encourage once an hour, and over the course of the day, it gives your server mates a boost. So all 3 of the Unions who are fighting in War of Supremacy are getting an attack boost off of these encouragements, and you get some rewards for doing the encouraging. The other thing in the bottom left are these shields. I don't have one right now to put on, but this left-hand button that currently has a countdown, if there was a shield available, I would be able to claim a shield on that left button. They're only available for 30 minutes, and then they disappear, so you want to make sure that you're picking them up in a timely manner. And then once you have them, if your Union leader wants you to, then you can use this right hand button to shield your guys. So here I'm going to put one on so you can see what it looks like. One of these shields, it's going to be gone really fast, so let's go back. So right here, that's what it looks like when there's a shield up. So a shield deflects one attack, no matter how big or small. So they are really useful to put up, and it really annoys your enemies when you can put it up and block a big hit that's coming in. Okay, so those are the important points there, and then now we just want to go into the attacks themselves. So this is my Union right here, Polaris, and yep, there goes the shield. And so just to give you an idea of what happens over the course of the day, these tents right here is where all of our troops started at the beginning of the day, and now we can't see any of them, but while we are racing toward the gates, there's a little troop of soldiers that's running along this line of arrows, and they're all sort of racing together. And so, let's see, I'll come over here to Once Upon a Time to show you a little bit about stuff. So that 1 means that they are first in line for the gate after us. When you're in the actual racing part where people haven't claimed a gate yet, then that number 1 means that you're first in line. And then next to that number 1, there's a little countdown that tells you how long it is until you get to the gate. So that 1 will tell you where your place is, and then also your time. It tells you how close all of your competitors are to catching up. And then, of course, we have the HP bar, which just tells us how much life we have left. I think that's everything you need to know about the troops themselves. So once you want to attack, you start, it's the same as with Union War. You have 3 regen hits in your bank that regenerate every hour. And so let's attack. So Death Eaters have been attacking us all evening. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack them. This little pop-up comes up to confirm that you want to attack. I would absolutely recommend that you keep this warning screen up. Don't dismiss it, because it is really easy to attack people by accident. If you dismiss this warning thing, and then because people get super amped during War of Supremacy, you can really like get yourself and your union in trouble by attacking people accidentally. So I'm pressing confirm because I am sure that I want to attack them, and this is and that's what the attack looks like. So again, it's a little bit different than normal Union War. I'm attacking with all 8 of my attacking viziers, Vanguard viziers, instead of just 1 at a time. Then I put in my my damage. I can clear this out, and Death Eaters are probably like ready to hit us some more because they're really grumpy. So a lot of times you're just going to attack the people who are at the gate with you while you're racing, but sometimes you might be helping out your server mates and you want to move around the board and attack people at different gates. You can totally do that. The easiest way to do that is to use this little left-hand screen, this little arrow in the middle left, to expand that out. And this shows you all of the different unions and all of the different gates. So let's say I wanted to go over to the west gate and attack, I'll say just a twisted halo. And then by using that moves us over and sort of centers where the union is that you want to attack. So it makes it a lot easier to find the people that you want to attack instead of just scrolling around. And again, also this scrolling around really risks you accidentally attacking somebody that you didn't want to attack. So those are the basic mechanics of how it works. I'm going to go into a couple of other more details that you might want to know, especially if you're a union leader, so you can track what is happening on the field a little bit better. If you don't care about this, you don't have to watch anymore. The first thing is these battle logs up in the top right. These work the same as in normal Union War. This just has the order, or all of the recent attacks all across the board in order. And then if I were to click on my troop here, then I can see who's in my troop 1 and troop 2. And then I can see the logs, both of who is doing attacking from my end, and then also who is attacking us. So this is really useful to know, like if your HP is dropping really fast, who is responsible for it. As you can see, Death Eaters is mad at us. Sorry, guys. And then this tells me how everybody is doing. Those are all people who are in my union. Okay. Any other things? I think those are the big things. In here, this is where you can go to get more attacks. So the first one is where you can purchase with gold hits. Second one is with diamond hits. And then we have the reinforcements and the reinforcement raids. Those all work really similarly to the new Union War structure, so maybe you're already familiar with it. The sending reinforcements sends attacks to an entire gate, so those ones often aren't as good as doing a reinforcement raid, which is against one specific union. Kind of depending on what your board looks like, you may want one or the other. I find personally that reinforcement raids are the ones that are most useful, especially when you're doing a last push for a gate. Okay, so other things to note, once you're in a gate, it is pretty hard to dislodge you. It is possible, but usually on day 1, once people get to a gate, then sort of the fighting is over. So it's very likely that my union and then these other 4 unions, Twisted Halo, the Reapers, and Thick as Thieves, are going to be the ones who are racing for the palace on day 2. The mechanics of that work exactly the same as day 1. There's nothing different about it. It's just a different part of the screen that you're running through. but let's say theoretically, once upon a time really wanted into this gate, they could zero us out, and if they zeroed us out, then they would take our place. And then the other unions would also have to zero, let's see, I don't want to say this one's name. They would have to zero both us and Once Upon a Time if they wanted the gate, and so on. So the order in which you arrive at the gate definitely matters. You also get better gate rewards for being the first or the second ones at the gate. The gate also heals you a little bit, but it heals you very slowly. So if someone's really mad at you and has the money and the diamonds to zero you out, that healing isn't going to save you. I think that that's everything that I can think of that you would want to know about the War of Supremacy mechanics. I'm stalling for just a little bit just to see if I can think of anything, but that is all that I can think of. Hopefully that is helpful and is a little bit, makes the War of Supremacy a little bit less stressful for some people. And definitely ask questions in the comments if there's anything that I didn't answer in this video. Other than that, talk to you guys later. Hi everyone, just wanted to do a quick day 2 update to show you what the War of Supremacy battlefield looks like on day 2. It's exactly the same. It's just on the inside of the walls. But since I wasn't able to show you the troops yesterday, I just wanted to show you how those work. So if we look at my my troops, and specifically my troop 1, the number 1 says that we're currently first in the running to get to the palace. We won't stay there, but that's a different story. The timer tells me how long it is until we arrive at the palace, and then that red HP bar, of course, is just saying how much damage we've taken and how much health we have left. You can see that my second troop is pretty far behind me, and so that's what these timers are really useful for. You can tell how close third place is to you or second place is to you. But if my troop 2 was an enemy troop, I would feel like pretty comfortable with this time gap. Not super comfortable. And then once we get to the palace in here, the person or the union who garrisoned the palace will show up right there. And if they put shields on, this palace gets a huge bubble on it, and it's really cool. I think that's everything, though. I don't have any more information. So talk to you later.